You're manifesting everything perfectly. Visualizing daily, raising your vibration, feeling as if it's already yours. But then, everything falls apart. Your bank account drains. Your relationships crumble. Nothing makes sense. Here's what nobody tells you. The universe isn't punishing you. It's testing you. And if you don't recognize these 5 dark psychology tricks, you'll fail every single time. I'm going to reveal something that makes most manifestation coaches uncomfortable. The universe doesn't just hand you what you want the moment you ask for it. Instead, it uses sophisticated psychological mechanisms to ensure you're actually ready for what you're manifesting. Think of it like a video game. You don't fight the final boss at level 1. You need to prove you can handle the power. And the universe has 5 brutal tests designed to break you before it builds you. Most people give up at test 1. The elite few who recognize all 5, they manifest everything. Let's decode exactly what's happening. The first test is deceptively simple, yet crushingly effective. The patience test. The moment you set a clear intention, the universe doesn't give you what you want. It gives you silence. Nothing happens. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months. And here's the dark psychology at play. The universe is measuring your belief system through your behavior during the waiting period. Let me give you a real example. Sarah manifested her dream relationship. She visualized, affirmed, felt the feelings. 2 months passed. Nothing. 3 months. Still nothing. Month 4, she started dating someone who wasn't her ideal match, just to fill the void. The universe was testing. Do you truly believe it's coming, or are you just performing manifestation rituals? Here's what most people don't understand. Every time you check if it's here, yet, you're sending a signal of lack. Every time you settle for less, you're telling the universe you don't actually believe in what you asked for. The patience test is designed to separate those who want something from those who know it's inevitable. The psychology behind this is called delayed gratification, and studies show that people who can resist immediate rewards for larger future gains achieve exponentially more success. The universe is literally filtering for high-value manifestors. If you can maintain absolute certainty during the void, congratulations, you passed test 1. But most people fail right here because they don't even know they're being tested. Now, here's where it gets truly dark. Just when you think nothing could be worse than waiting, the universe activates test 2, the contrast test, and this one breaks most people completely. Right after you set your intention for abundance, you lose your job. After asking for love, you experience betrayal. After visualizing health, you get sick. This isn't coincidence. This is psychological warfare. The universe is using a principle called contrast to test the depth of your faith. Here's the mechanism. When you declare you want something different, the universe shows you everything that isn't that thing. It's forcing you to see the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Think about it like this. Mark wanted financial freedom. He started manifesting 6 figures. Within 2 weeks, his car broke down, his rent increased, and an unexpected medical bill arrived. Total damage? $3,000 he didn't have. Most people would say, see, manifestation doesn't work. But here's what was really happening. The universe was clearing out his old financial frequency. Those unexpected expenses were the last remnants of his poverty consciousness, leaving his reality. The contrast test uses a dark psychology principle called cognitive dissonance. When your new desires clash with your old reality, your brain experiences massive discomfort. Most people resolve this discomfort by abandoning their desires and returning to what feels familiar, even if it's painful. The universe knows this. It's testing whether you'll hold your new vision when the old reality screams in your face. The people who pass this test, They don't just maintain faith despite the contrast. They recognize the chaos as confirmation that change is happening. They understand that old structures must collapse before new ones can be built. If you're experiencing everything opposite to what you want right now, you're not failing. You're in the middle of test 2. Let's say you've somehow passed the first 2 tests. You've waited patiently. You've held strong through the contrast. Now the universe gets sophisticated. Test 3 is the distraction test, and it's designed to look like blessings that are actually traps. Here's how it works. You're manifesting your dream career as a writer. Suddenly, a well-paying corporate job offer appears. Or you're manifesting your soulmate and an attractive person who's almost perfect but not quite shows up. These aren't random opportunities. They're psychological bait. The universe is asking, will you settle for good when you asked for extraordinary? The dark psychology here is called satisficing, a term coined by psychologist Herbert Simon. It means settling for something that's good enough rather than holding out for optimal. The universe knows that humans are wired to resolve discomfort quickly. An average option now feels safer than a perfect option later. I've seen this destroy manifestations countless times. Jennifer was manifesting a business partnership with someone who shared her vision and values. She waited 8 months. Then David appeared, investor-ready, eager to start, but his values were completely misaligned. She partnered with him because, at least it's something. 6 months later, the partnership imploded and she had to start over, but now with legal debts and wasted time. Here's the psychological trick. The universe makes the distraction look like manifestation. It appears at the perfect time. It has some of the qualities you asked for. It feels like relief after waiting. But deep down, if you're honest with yourself, you know it's not quite right. There's a subtle knowing that this is compromise, not alignment. The people who pass test 3 have developed what I call calibrated intuition. They can feel the difference between a true match and a close enough option. They'd rather wait another year in certainty than settle now in doubt. This test eliminates the impatient and rewards the discerning. Test 4 is psychological warfare at its finest. After you've waited patiently, survived the contrast, and rejected distractions, your own mind becomes the battlefield. The doubt test happens when you're closest to your manifestation, and it's designed to make you self-destruct right before success. Here's the pattern. You've been manifesting abundance. Suddenly, you're offered the exact opportunity you visualized. But instead of celebrating, your mind floods with thoughts. I'm not qualified enough. What if I fail? I don't deserve this. This is too good to be true. You have the opportunity in your hands, and you sabotage it through inaction, overthinking, or making excuses. This is the universe testing whether you've actually become the person who can hold what you've asked for. Because here's the dark truth. Most people aren't afraid of failure. They're terrified of success. Success means responsibility. It means being visible. It means you can't hide behind excuses anymore. The psychology operating here is called upper limit problem, identified by Gay Hendricks. Everyone has a thermostat for how much success, love, and abundance they believe they can handle. When you approach that upper limit, your subconscious activates self-sabotage to bring you back to familiar territory. Tom manifested a 6-figure book deal. The contract arrived. Instead of signing immediately, he spent 3 weeks rewriting his proposal, questioning the terms, and convincing himself the publisher would reject him eventually anyway. By the time he was ready to sign, they'd moved on to another author. The opportunity was real. His doubt destroyed it. The universe creates these moments intentionally. It brings you right to the edge of what you want, then watches how you respond. Do you step into it with confidence, or do you shrink back into unworthiness? Most people fail test 4 not because they lack ability, but because they haven't upgraded their identity to match their desires. The ones who pass have done deep psychological work on their self-concept. They've cleared limiting beliefs. They've proven to themselves in small ways first that they can handle more. When the big manifestation arrives, they feel worthy, not surprised, ready, not scared. If you're in test 4 right now, recognize that the doubt isn't truth. It's the final guardian before your breakthrough. And now we arrive at the final test, the one that stops even the most disciplined manifestors. Test 5 is the surrender test. After you've done everything right, maintained faith, passed all the previous tests, the universe asks for one last thing. Let go completely. This seems contradictory. You've been holding your vision with certainty. Now you're supposed to release it? This is dark psychology at its peak because it requires paradoxical thinking that breaks most people's brains. The surrender test measures whether you're manifesting from need or from power. Here's what's really happening. As long as you need your manifestation to feel complete, you're operating from lack. The universe can't deliver to lack because lack perpetuates more lack. But when you want something while simultaneously being completely okay if it never arrives, you're operating from wholeness. Wholeness attracts everything. The psychological principle here is called detached attachment. You care deeply about your desire, but your happiness isn't dependent on it. This is almost impossible for most people because they've invested months or years into their manifestation. The idea of letting go feels like giving up. Rachel manifested a specific income goal for 3 years. She did everything right. Year 3, she had a realization. She was so attached to hitting that number that her entire sense of self-worth was tied to it. She decided to surrender. Not to stop wanting it, but to stop needing it to prove her value. 2 months after she let go, the income materialized through an unexpected source. The universe is testing whether you're trying to fill a void or expand from fullness. If you're using manifestation to fix yourself, you'll always be chasing. If you're manifesting to express yourself, everything flows. The surrender test asks, can you be so complete in this moment that your desire becomes a preference, not a necessity? Those who pass test 5 enter a rare state. They hold vision without attachment. They take inspired action without force. They know what they want is coming, but they're not waiting for it to live fully now. This is the frequency that collapses timelines and manifests miracles. So here's what you need to understand. If you're experiencing any of these 5 scenarios, you're not being punished. You're being prepared. The universe isn't blocking your manifestation. It's ensuring you're ready to keep it once it arrives. The patience test measures your certainty. The contrast test measures your faith. The distraction test measures your discernment. The doubt test measures your worthiness. And the surrender test measures your wholeness. Most people fail because they don't recognize they're being tested. They interpret these challenges as signs to quit, when they're actually signs they're close. Every manifestation master has passed these 5 tests, usually multiple times. The difference is they learned to recognize the pattern. They stopped resisting the tests and started embracing them as necessary initiation. When you shift your perspective from, why is this happening to me, to, what is this preparing me for, everything changes. If this video just shifted your entire understanding of manifestation, hit that subscribe button because I decode these hidden psychological and universal principles every single day. Most creators won't tell you this stuff because it's not pretty or easy. But if you want real manifestation, not fantasy, this is the channel. Drop a comment telling me which test you're in right now. 1 through 5. Let's build a community of people who recognize these tests and support each other through them. And if you know someone who's about to give up on their manifestation because things got hard, send them this video. You might just save their breakthrough. The universe is testing you right now. The question is, are you going to pass?